Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How is everyone doing? I'm super happy. Today's Monday, and it's been an amazing Monday for me. How was your Monday today? Tell me a little bit more about it. Hey, Leticia. Good evening. As you ladies roll in, I'm going to share the video onto my groups. So say hello. Let me know you're here. Thank you, Leticia. We're going to be talking about, is your face having a midlife crisis today? And the reason I'm going to be talking about that today is because I've been doing a lot of makeup for clients lately, and they are just having a lot of concerns about their face and how they no longer look like they used to, and how when they apply makeup now, their face looks totally not what they expected to look. So that's why I decided that we're going to talk about that today and get you guys a little bit more educated on what are the changes that we go through when we go from our 30s to 40s to then 50 plus. So thank you, Tris, for sharing. All right, let's go on one more, please. Let's see who else is going to join us. I'm going to get my notes because I took lots of notes so that we can give you lots of information today. And if this is your first time watching, welcome, good evening. I am here in Orlando, Florida, where it is super rainy tonight. And hold on, let me change my Wi-Fi because it looks like it's not working very well. Okay, so my name is Mel Morales, and I am known as the Life Artist. I am a beauty advisor and makeup artist, and I am going to teach you how to feel beautiful, feel confident, and get powerful so that you can claim those talents that God gave you and you can create the life that you deserve and that you dream about. So let's see, Leticia says, we need to plan Orlando more. It's just a simple wholesale and beauty habit. Ooh, I absolutely love that. I think we're going to get lots of ladies to join us for that in Orlando. Absolutely. Leticia Campbell is my sales strategy coach. She is the one that has helped me get this business off the ground and become the beautiful and confident woman that I feel I am today. And so you should follow her because she can teach you some awesome stuff. And her and I have been working together a lot because we were in an event last week. And that is where we saw a lot of women just struggling in their understanding why their face was changing so much and how they had not taken the time to really look at themselves in the mirror and see what's been happening to their skin and how they have not taken care of it very properly. And now they're suffering the consequences. But do not despair. We can always reverse some of the damage if you had allowed it to happen, or we can prevent it from getting worse. I miss you too, my Leticia. I miss you. So let's get started with this. Let's have you share this out. So press that share button and let other ladies know more about this topic, because it's a topic that not everybody has a lot of information about. There's tons of information on the internet, but do we actually go and say, my face looks like this? What's happening? We don't, right? So we need somebody to come and talk to us about it. It's going to be kind of a girl chat. Thank you for sharing, Leticia. I appreciate you. So as I said, we're going to be talking about what is happening in the face of yours that maybe is having a midlife crisis. We're not addressing the 20s, the 20-year-old ladies. We're addressing the ones that are in their 30s, their 40s, and 50 and above. Because when you are in your 20s, your skin is perfect. Maybe you're having some issues with excess production of oil and you might be getting some breakouts. But for the most part, in your 20s, your skin is doing the best it's going to do your whole entire life. Before your 20s, you were probably struggling with all those changes in your face and pimples and blackheads and things like that. In your 20s, it kind of slows down and it probably gets better unless you have a deeper acne condition. And then in your 30s, we start experiencing some other things. And then in your 40s, and then in your 50s. And then we don't like what we're turning into. So let's talk about that. So first we're going to talk about when you're in your 30s, what happens to your hormones? because the hormones are the ones responsible for all of the changes on our skin. So there are several hormones and proteins that will start decreasing, like estrogen levels and skin tightening collagen and elastin and skin plumping hyaluronic acid. They all start going downhill. They're no longer there at the right levels. So our cell turnover slows down. You know how when your cells have to die and they have to get new ones, that turnover now is not as fast as it used to be when we were in our 20s. So Leticia says once she had kids, her skin was acting crazy. Absolutely. The hormones when we're pregnant are even worse. And then after we deliver that baby, we start seeing even more changes on our skin. It's like we get punished for being moms, right? And for being women, period. So as the cell turnover slows down, your skin bounces back less easily from inflammation. So you might have some type of reaction going on in your skin. And it's going to take longer for it to recover from it. This is why sometimes you get a pimple in this age and it lasts like 2 freaking weeks. And you're like, when is this thing going to go away, for God's sake? I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not in my teens anymore. But it's because of that problem. Our cells are just not recovering as they used to. So dryness and acne might show up in your 30s. Isn't that horrendous? I had really bad acne in my 20s. I didn't have it as a teenager. I had it in my 20s when I was in college. It was freaking horrible. It lasted into my 30s, and then late 30s and above, that's when I started getting better and my skin is finally cleared up. But it took me a very long time to clear my face from acne. Now my sister, on the other hand, she didn't have acne in her teens or her 20s. She actually got it in her 30s. So acne can show up whenever it wants. And unfortunately, when we get it when we're older, now our hormones and cells are not recovering the way they used to. So we might see them there lasting even longer than they need to. And then the scarring and all of that stuff comes on. So what does the skin of a 30 to 40-year-old woman looks like? Well, it starts to look drier. It starts to get thinner. And you start noticing some of those expression lines on your forehead. Ugh! We used to have this beautiful, smooth forehead. And then all of a sudden, now we start seeing a few lines here and there. My forehead is not as bad because I don't go like this too much. What I do is this. When I concentrate, when I read, when I'm serious, then I get this one. So as you can see, mine are right there. But a lot of women do a lot of this type of stuff, and then they start seeing them on the forehead. So you're also going to start seeing more signs of aging and fine lines under your eyes. They used to look super smooth, and when you put your concealer on, you didn't see any lines. Now you put your concealer on and you see 300 lines. That's what was happening to some of my customers last week. Is that all of a sudden they never noticed those lines because they never had hardly any makeup on their face. And now when they apply it, they're going to notice them even more, and they didn't like it. You can also start seeing some of the beginning of age spots and increased flaring of inflammatory conditions like maybe rosacea and occasional acne like we just mentioned. So I know a lot of my friends in their 30s that start complaining that their rosacea is acting out, that it's actually getting worse. Well, it seems to be something normal in your 30s. So what are we going to do to take care of this 30-year-old skin? We're going to ramp up that anti-aging skincare regimen. You, especially at night when your skin is relaxed and ready to renew, that's when you need to start adding things that are going to repair the skin. So your anti-aging creams, the night cream is super important to apply. And you can start adding products that contain a little bit of retinol and vitamin A, which is a vitamin A derivative. It comes from vitamin A. I can't say that word. And this is a product that thickens your skin because it increases production of collagen to smooth some of those wrinkles out and to reverse the volume loss that we suffer in our 30s. Or if you don't want to use retinol because maybe your skin is still not needing that much. Like I started trying to do retinol last year, and I'm 41. and I noticed my skin started to actually react to the retinol products. So it means I am getting some signs of aging, but I don't have enough strong aging problems that I need retinol yet. So I actually have to stop the retinol products and go back to just my anti-aging filled with antioxidant products. So you have to kind of try it a little bit, and if you start getting bumps or your skin starts to act up differently, then it might mean that you're not ready for retinol products yet. But some people start using them early on. So my favorite products, of course, are the Mary Kay products, the 3D Time Wise skincare. Those are the ones that have me looking this smooth. I have not had to do Botox in over a year because these products have really kept my skin tighter, and my fine lines have really diminished. So it could either be these products or it could be other products that you find that are anti-aging and filled with antioxidants that you like to get. So that is the recommendation for when you are in your 30s. Now, what about when you're in your 40s? That's me, in my 40s. I don't feel 40 yet. I really feel very young inside, but my face doesn't say that. So what are the hormones doing when we are in our 40s? So that is when we start saying, bye-bye, estrogen. During this decade, you expect to see less firmness, elasticity, and you start losing your moisture in your skin. Maybe you came from a time where you were very oily or maybe very bad combination skin where your T-zone was very oily and everything else was normal. Well, now you're going to start noticing that your T-zone is not near as oily and that you're starting to get some dry patches there. So that's exactly what happened to me. There's also another thing that happens is that estrogen-related bone loss can start affecting the features of your face, which means that it's going to start leaving you with sunken-looking eyes and slackening skin. So now our eyes are going to start looking like they're deeper around this area because we start losing some of the bone collagen too. Can we just not lose anything else? Just reading this makes me sad. But oh well, we have to deal with it and age with grace, right? So there are going to be dramatic changes in your 40s, ladies, especially when it comes to loss of elasticity. And elasticity is the ability of the skin to bounce back from stretching it or from compressing. So that is really what elasticity means. It's ability to, like a rubber band, that when you stretch it, it goes back to normal. Now when you stretch your skin, it goes back to this. Doesn't go back to where it used to be. Kind of like our belly, when it starts to stretch, when we grow a little bit of thickness in that area, and then we're starting to bring it down, it does not go back down flat like it used to. It stays kind of sagging a little bit. So how are we going to treat this? Is we're going to need to change our lifestyle choices. We got to hydrate a lot. We got to drink a lot more water. We need to get adequate sleep. And I know for some of us, it's harder to get enough sleep. But it's one of the things that we need to get so that our skin bounces back and gets better looking. We need to start eating balanced whole foods. And we need to lower the amount of sugar that we eat. And also exercising will help improve your skin as well. So another good reason to eat better and exercise. Other steps that you can take in your 40s to take care of these issues is you gotta get a good at-home skincare regimen. This is going to include a gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, a serum. Serums and moisturizers are different, okay? Lotions and moisturizers work on the surface of the face. Serums work from the inside out. They get absorbed deeper. That's why they're very liquidy, and that's why their lotions are thicker. So you got to use both. You got to have serums and you have to have moisturizers. And you need to have your eye creams. A lot of my ladies that I work on with doing their makeup, they are in their 40s and they do not have an eye cream. And I cannot understand how they can stand having this area looking so dry. This area is such a delicate area. You cannot be applying the same products you put on your face on here because that layer is very thin. It requires different things. ingredients in different levels and amounts so that it can work better on that area of the skin. So if you don't buy anything else, at least get yourself a good eye cream, because this area is going to continue to get drier and drier. And the more you smile, the more wrinkles you're going to get. And we need to keep smiling. We can't just not smile, right? And you definitely need to protect your skin from sun using SPF minimum 30. And you need to put it on your face, on your neck, and on your chest, because our age shows a lot in this area. We can cover this one and improve it. But if you don't do anything with this area shows our age a lot faster than our face does. So got to work on that too. Maybe it's time to upgrade to a higher concentration of retinol if you can tolerate it at this time. And everybody's different. You know, I don't have as many wrinkles because I really never exposed myself to that much sun. But if you're one of those ladies with fair skin that love to get tanned and love to be outside, or you're going to sport events with your kids, you're going to be exposed to more sun than probably me. And so you may need retinol more than I do, because I don't have as much sun damage as in wrinkles as other women in their 40s. But before I started taking care of my skin about 2 years ago, I was looking really wrinkled and dehydrated and just not looking good at all. People were actually asking me if I was in my 40s, and I really wasn't. Now people are like, really? You're in your 40s? I'm like, yeah. So retinol is something that reminds your cells in the skin to behave as they did when they were young and when they were healthy. So it's going to minimize your wrinkles. It's going to thicken the skin. It could control acne for some of you, and it could strengthen the blood vessels, so there's less breakage and discoloration. You know how you start getting these red spots? Like I have a few of those red spots. Those are vessels that are getting thinner and stretched out, and they break. And now you have like a blood spot on your skin. And so you can also help that out with products that have retinol. And it can also help you fade some of the sunspots. If you have a lot of sun damage, retinol products could help you with that. So how are we doing, ladies? I hope you're enjoying this talk and that you are getting some value and being able to understand your skin a little bit better. We're going to be moving into the 50s. We're going to talk about your 50s. What happens when you're in your 50s? Just making sure I am in the right spot. So let's see. Oops. All right. So let's go to our 50s. What happens when we're in our 50s? Well, estrogen sputters to a halt during menopause. Pretty much stops when we get to menopause. And it's going to start happening within age 51 to 52 for the most part. And testosterone is the one that's going to take over. We need progesterone, estrogen. These are the hormones that make us look feminine. The testosterone are the ones that the dudes, the guys have that type of hormone. So we're going to get a lot more of the hormones from the guys now when we're in our 50s. So this is when you lose a third of your collagen within the first 5 years of menopause. And then with this, the skin's bounce back, moisture and glow is out the door. This is why the women in their 50s, when they do their makeup with me, they're like, how come I don't look like I'm glowing like all of these other people? So I say, well, I have to add some glow, artificial glow on you, because the glow is not a present when you're in your 50s anymore. So we need to just add it with other products. Inflammation also peaks, making the skin more vulnerable to skin damage from the sun. So if you're in your 50s, and you're still not protecting your skin from sun damage, you have to start. You cannot continue to leave your house without sun protection. You get some damage from being in the car alone. You don't even have to be out the car to be getting sun damage. Even in the car, you're going to get sun damage. You're also going to have more vulnerability to your skin damage from smoke and from pollution. And what does this look like when in our 50s? What does that skin look like? Well, it's going to start getting thinner and thinner and thinner. It's going to dry up and it's going to deflate and get looser. So you know how we have this, puffiness here? And we sometimes complain because we look a little too puffy. But when we get into our 50s and beyond, this is going to start decreasing. And then our skin now is going to start looking this way. It's sagging more. Unfortunately. And then lines are going to get deeper. So if you already had fine lines, now they're not going to be fine anymore. They're going to be deep lines. The pores are going to stretch out. And your lids are going to start to sag. And if you didn't have hooded eye before, you're going to have them now. I noticed that my eyes are starting to sag a lot faster than they did before. So I didn't have hooded eyes so pronounced before. Now I do. If you don't know what a hooded eye is, when you see my lid, you can see that when I open it, this part leans over it. You see how it covers it? That is what a hooded eye is. When you don't have hooded eyes, your eyes are like this. So when you look, you can see your entire lid, and this is back. But when you're getting older, it starts to go down. Hey, Sandra, ¿cómo estás? We're talking about what happens in our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s when our face is having a midlife crisis. So we are talking about our 50s now, and we're talking about how everything is going to become deeper lines, stretched out pores, the lids are going to sag, your eyes will become hooded, the eye sockets are going to get more hollow, so you're going to be looking more sunken. Your spider veins become more visible, and the age spots are going to show up like there is no other. And maybe you start seeing some little tiny bumps on your face, or patches, or even skin tags that are going to grow. I don't know why the heck I'm growing so many skin tags. I never had this many skin tags before. And mine are coming up before my 50s. So I imagine when I'm 50, I'll be covered in them. So that will be horrible. Another thing you can expect is you're going to develop more peach fuzz. So if you already had a fuzzy face, it's going to get even worse. So this is now when women are going to start to have to go and get wax. Their beard, they wax their beard, they wax their mustache. So a lot more hair grows. Why? Because we lost the estrogen. And now, we lost the estrogen and now we're getting more testosterone build up in our bodies. So our bodies are going to start reacting like we do, getting more hairs where we didn't have them before. Sorry to be giving you bad news, but that's just the reality of our life. Let's see what else. So how are we going to treat this? Well, a lot of women are able to go through hormone therapy, and then the estrogen levels can get rise back up so that they can alleviate some of the symptoms that they're feeling, and only if it's a safe option for you. Not everybody can have hormone therapy. Skincare wise, we got to hydrate and more hydration. Because without the natural hyaluronic acid in our skin that comes with estrogen, the skin is going to not hold moisture at all. So most of our women that used to be combination skin or normal skin or even oily skin hit their 50s, get to menopause, and all of a sudden they become a dry prune. They have no moisture on that face. And they're always asking me, I just look dry all the time. It looks like I just crack by even smiling. And it's because of that problem. You're just losing the moisture that your body naturally used to produce. So we got to get rid of the harsh soaps. That deal that you tell me that you're washing your face with regular hand soap, it's only dehydrating you even more. You cannot use those soaps anymore. And I know a lot of women don't want to invest in skincare, but then they don't want to look wrinkled. You can't have both. You can't save money and be wrinkled and not be wrinkled at the same time. So you got to ditch those harsh body soaps and things like that you're using to wash your face with. You got to lower the temperature of your showers. So taking very hot showers also pulls the moisture out of your body. When you leave the shower, then you're gonna feel and look more dry than you were before. And you probably want to wash your face only at night instead of always in the morning and night. So do it only at night, maybe use a toner in the morning. And choose a product that maybe has hyaluronic acid in it, redness reducing niacinamide. Why are these names so hard? Niacinamide. It's got some derivative of niacin. And ceramides that are going to be skin barrier, that are going to support the skin barriers that we are losing when we're in our 50s. Deep moisturizing masks, ladies, at night, and night creams. Very thick emollient, extra emollient night creams when you're in your 50s. Other extra steps? Well, if you want to really turn back the clock of time and get rid of some of these wrinkles that now are deep in your face, you're going to have to see a dermatologist and use injectables like Botox, fillers, Juvederm, any of those that are available to fill in the deeper wrinkles and to replace the loss of the plumpness that we used to have when we were younger. Some of the products can also be injections that camouflage the dark circles that now we're going to have even darker circles as we get older. Lasers are also other things that can be used to erase brown spots, or they can help clear acne if you still have acne in your 50s. And there's some other products like ultrasound and things like that that can tighten the skin on the brow, on the neck, and on the chest. But if we can't pay for that, or we won't invest in those type of treatments, then invest in really, really good skincare, okay? And purchase makeup that adds moisture to the skin and doesn't actually dehydrate it. Learn new techniques on how to hide wrinkles rather than emphasize them when you're applying makeup. Because you can still look younger if you know how to apply your makeup properly and you buy the right products. But without proper skincare, no matter how much good makeup you buy, you're always going to look dry and wrinkled in your 30s, in your 40s, and in your 50s and above, because we cannot apply products to a canvas that's not well moisturized and well taken care of. It's just how it is. I can be an amazing makeup artist and I can have the best skills in the world to apply makeup to your face. But if your skin wasn't prepared properly, my skills are only going to be halfway of the, they're only going to be half of what you need. But when your skin is properly prepared, like the one that I did this morning, this lady uses really good stuff. And her skin was plumped and hydrated and was awesome to work on. Her face looked beautiful at the end because her face was ready for makeup. But if you come to get your makeup done or you expect to apply it yourself and you haven't done anything for your skin the night before, applying a bunch of products right in the morning is only going to help a little, but not as much. So I hope that you found some value in this video. You can still share it with your friends and your family. Let your girls know what they need to do so they don't look like prunes and they don't feel like they're having a midlife crisis. And if you need to upgrade your skincare routine or your makeup kit, you can message me and we can set up a 15-minute private consultation where we will see each other face to face, and I will help you analyze what is happening with your skin and what can we recommend so that you can get back to a much more beautiful and enjoyable skin that when you look at it, you actually love. All right? And I also would like to invite you to join my private group, Beauty Plus with Mariel. The link is right on the description of the video. And there I do a lot more tutorials. I go live probably at least every other day, if not every single day. So you get a lot more in my private group than you get here on my page. So I would love to have you join us there. And thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Sandra, for staying and hanging out. Thank you, Leticia and Trees and anybody else that joins. If you join on replay, hashtag replay so I can say hello to you later and that I know that you were able to enjoy and learn some more about your skin care needs. So have an amazing night and thanks so much for watching. Bye now.